How can someone just 1 or 2 years out of college tell a CEO who's been working for the company for decades how to improve their business? But that's what consultants do. I became a management consultant at 𝗢𝗀𝗀𝗄𝗃, one of the biggest and most prestigious consulting firms, and I've helped over 600 people start their career in management consulting. So today, I'm going to break down the consulting industry for you. In this video, I'll tell you. I'll describe what consultants actually do by comparing them to a work of another profession, a doctor helping a patient. I'll walk you step by step through an example of what consultants might actually do day to day on a consulting project. Make sure you watch it till the very end and you'll find out the 7 things that make consulting an attractive career for so many talented candidates. Hi, my name is Davis. If you want more videos like these covering how to get a job in management consulting, tap the like button and that'll tell me to create more videos like these. Consulting means providing business advice across a variety of different topics from IT to marketing to business strategy. As a result, there are many types of consulting out there, from marketing consulting to IT consulting. Today, we'll be focusing on one type of consulting, which is management consulting. That is consulting done by firms such as McKinsey, Boston Consulting Group, and 𝗢𝗀𝗀𝗄𝗃. These consulting firms hire people with exceptional problem-solving skills to help the clients, 1, define the problems or opportunities for the business, 2, collect and analyze the data to better understand the problem or opportunity, 3, recommend a course of action, and 4, plan the implementation of the solution across the company. You can think of management consultants as the doctor of the business world. Organizations trust management consulting firms like McKinsey, Bain, and Boston Consulting Group because of their knowledge, their expertise, and the speed at which they're able to make companies better. Like a doctor, management consultants will assess a client's symptoms, diagnose the problem, prescribe a solution, and provide bedside support to make sure that the client's team does exactly what they need to do in order to get better, and provide follow-up care to make sure that the client's problems are actually fixed. Let's go through these step by step so we can better answer what is consulting. Step 1, assessing the symptoms. The client hires a consulting firm to assess why the symptoms of a problem exist, such as declining revenues or rising costs. Step 2, diagnose. The consulting team will assess the client's business performance against similar problems that they have seen in the past and their understanding of business. Their goal is to find the root cause of the symptoms. For example, if a client has declining revenues as a symptom, the root cause could be that their product is not optimally priced, is out of stock at key stores, or doesn't have the key features that customers actually want. Which potential problem is the one they need to fix? Once the problem is defined, a team of consultants, including those just 1 or 2 years out of school, will do a lot of the data gathering in this diagnosis stage, like interviewing customers, gathering data on the clients and competitors' products, and creating a model to further analyze market trends. The team will also look into case examples from other clients who've overcome similar problems in the past. They'll identify learnings from those cases that can benefit their current client. For example, if the root cause of the client's problem is that the product is out of stock within key sales channels, the team will look at the actions that prior clients took to improve product availability. Step 3, prescription. The consultant will then formulate a recommendation for what is needed to change in the same way that a doctor would prescribe a treatment. Here, the consulting team will work together to identify insights that will lead to a recommendation for the client, so you might run analysis to see how your recommendation holds up for various market conditions. Step 4, bedside manners. The consultant will have to drive the client to act on their recommendation, just like a doctor would need to educate the patient, ensure that the patient follows some of their medication and treatment. They do this by running potential solutions by client executives as they're coming up with them so that they can get the client's perspective, improve their solutions, and make sure that the recommendations are as strong and bought in as possible. They want to get the client to buy into the solution so that the recommendations will be accepted and actually implemented. Similar to a doctor's work, if the patient doesn't believe in the treatment, then the doctor isn't really helping the patient. Step 5, follow-up care. The consultant will set up a plan to implement the recommendations and follow up over time to ensure that the client's business is improving in the same way a patient would visit a doctor for follow-up visits. In short, clients will hire management consultants because management consultants will go into a business, use a fact-based approach for solving their problems, but also use their deep expertise within the industry and also other functions to be able to help the client solve their problems in a faster and more efficient manner. Consultants who are even 1 or 2 years out of school will work with more senior consultants who have been working with the client for many years. So together, the team can come to an unbiased opinion about what's happening with the client and where their problems are coming from. They will then develop a detailed plan that an executive will be able to use to improve their business, because an executive wouldn't be able to tackle everything that a consultant would be able to do while also doing the day-to-day of the executive's job. By the way, if you're interested in becoming a management consultant, check out the link below and you can schedule a free strategy session with my team and we'll walk you through how to get your dream job in consulting. Now we're going to actually go through an example consulting project to understand what a day-to-day life is like for a consultant. Let's say that you find out that 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗄𝗃 runs several music festivals featuring big name artists each year. Recently, they transitioned to cashless events, with customers paying for tickets, food, drinks, and merchandise through credit cards and through contactless payment methods such as Google or Apple Pay. The reason that 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗲𝗲 wants to do this is that the CEO wants to leverage new digital capabilities to increase revenues and optimize his staffing and operations during the festivals. How would you and your consulting team help 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗲𝗲 and his CEO make use of the new digital tools? Step 1. Assessing the symptom. The CEO brings up 2 proposals that she's thinking through. Her head of marketing wants to use the digital tools to increase revenue by making it easier for attendees to buy drinks and merchandise, as well as encouraging them to buy more. Her head of operations, on the other hand, wants to use the digital tools to reduce costs. Quicker transaction speed means fewer staffs will be required in the beer tents as well as merchandise booths. So which course of action is better? This is the type of analysis that a consultant might be asked. To know which course is better, you might ask, why should your client do any of this at all? For example, if the client's goal is to increase profits, you might think, do the actions increase revenues or decrease costs? Maybe both. And if you find out it does neither, it may not be a good idea given the client's goal. Step 2, diagnosis. After looking to see if the actions could potentially get the client closer to their goal, a consultant would then dig deeper into available data. For instance, the 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗲𝗲 consultants might attend a festival or 2, not to see the performances, but to count the number of people in line for beer and merchandise, time the current speed of transactions, and measure the frequency of stockouts to assess how much revenue might be increased by fixing these problems with a digital solution. They might assess alternative technologies to determine which would work best to streamline the operations. Consultants might also talk to festival attendees to find out if they like or dislike the way that festivals are currently being ran and how the attendees feel about the current changes that the client is considering. The team will calculate the expected revenue increases and cost savings and compare them to the cost of investing in digital tools to evaluate whether it's a good investment or not. Prescription. After getting tons of information and conducting analysis, the team will come up with a recommendation to present to the senior management. In our example, this could include priority initiatives for adopting digital tools, the reasoning behind the prioritization, what needs to be done to undertake the initiatives, the budget, the skills, and the people power required to make the recommendations a reality. Step 4, bedside manners. Suppose the team found that most of the opportunity was through increasing revenues, not decreasing costs. But the marketing team can't implement the new tools on its own. The operations group needs to be on board because their staff will operate the beer tents and merchandise booths. It's critical that the operations group's input is considered when deciding the best tools and processes. Otherwise, the project's rollout won't be successful and the festival's revenues might not even change. And the festival's revenues won't change, or worse, they'll decrease. Or worse, they'll be negatively impacted. It's also critical that all key parts of the client's organization sees the decision as being driven by facts and not by senior management favoring one department over another. This is why consulting firms seek to hire people who are persuasive and can influence people to adapt to their way of thinking. Step 5, follow-up care. When 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗲𝗲𝗲 makes the decision to adopt new tools to increase revenues, there's a lot of work to be done. This includes buying the tools, customizing them for the operations, and training staff on how to use them. The consultants on the 𝗥𝗲𝗵𝗲𝗲𝗲 project will lay out what needs to be done to implement the recommendations in a step-by-step manner. This implementation plan will identify the capital and the staff time needed to purchase and customize tools and roll them out. They'll also include a timeline for the final implementation. As you can see from the example, what management consultants do isn't just solving problems, but we're also ensuring that we're solving for the right problem. We're making recommendations based on facts and figures. We're getting the client organization on board, and we're assisting with the implementation. If needed, our consulting team will also help the company learn new skills so they can hire and or build out the new capabilities that will be needed to succeed in the future. Consulting is all about helping the client build a better business after they work with you than before. Similar to how a doctor would want to make sure that you have healthy living habits after you've gotten to see them. Now that you understand what consultants actually do, as promised, I'm going to walk you through the 7 reasons why consulting is such a lucrative career path and why it attracts over 1 million talented candidates to apply for these positions every single year. The first reason is the income. You're going to be making right away a 6-figure income that's going to continue to rise over time. And if the starting salary wasn't enough, studies show just having 2 to 3 years of consulting experience on your resume that you're going to earn in your lifetime on average $7 million more than someone who doesn't have a consulting background. 2, the accelerated career path. Consulting firms typically have faster promotion and pay raise cycles compared to other types of jobs. While a traditional job might give you a 3 to 5% raise every year and offer you promotions every few years, in consulting, you can expect a promotion cycle as little as a few months and raises from 15% to 150%. Reason number 3 is the exit opportunities. Exit opportunities are all the job opportunities that are available to you after you're ready to leave consulting. This can include everything from working at one of the clients that you served, for working for the private equity firm that might have owned some of these clients, to starting your own management consulting firm, to starting your own business, to working in tech. The options are endless because consulting has proven to have one of the widest exit opportunity options available, which is also why a lot of people go into consulting because They either don't know what they want to do afterwards or they want to leave their options open. Number 4, never doing the same thing. As consultants, you will be working on different clients, different projects, and different teams. Consulting is not a monotonous job where you just get out of bed every morning, sit at your computer, and mindlessly respond to emails, taking random meetings, or randomly copying and pasting information day in and day out. You're going to be working on different projects, making a huge impact. Reason number 5 is the impact. Few jobs, especially for those who are straight out of school, will allow you the same level of impact that you would have in consulting because of 1, the types of clients that you work with are some of the largest companies in the world, and 2, the skills you develop will follow you for the rest of your career. 6, lifelong mentors. You get to build friendships with those you meet at the firm, including those who start at the same time you do. You'll be mentored by those who have been in business for decades, who want you to succeed in your career while you're at the firm and long after. Because who knows? After you leave the firm, you might be in position to hire your own consulting team, and the consulting firm wants to make sure that you want to hire them. So they want to invest in your career early. Number 7, the perks, which includes educational opportunities and travel. Typically, consulting firms sponsor MBA programs and other higher education degrees, such as law degrees, after you've been at the firm for at least a year. So if you're considering getting another degree and want to get it sponsored, consulting might be able to pay for that. Consultants often also travel to their client's location. This means that you get an opportunity to check out a new city every few months with new projects. Some firms even allow consultants to travel anywhere at the end of the week instead of heading back to the home office. So you'll be able to leverage this to travel to other cities and even build out your travel points. There you have it. These are 7 reasons why consulting attracts over 1 million applicants every single year. Now that you have a good picture of what consulting is and what consultants even do, if you're serious about becoming a management consultant, my team and I want to help you. If you check out the link below, you'll be able to schedule a free 30-minute strategy session with a member of my team where we're going to walk you through step-by-step how you can land a job in management consulting. My team and I have helped over 600 people just like you start a career in management consulting, and we want you to be our next success story. But you don't have to take my word for it. Hear from them about what it was like to work with us to land their consulting offer.